And I was wanted, cooking things, but I cannot afford it. It's in the mansion, in another world with the madness. Then again, I stick around it. Hey, my boss, get this, you know it. Ooh, my boss, get this, you know it. Look at it, look at it. I can never believe in magic. Never gonna say that I want it. Just a little bit hard, just living like me. I couldn't hold the bag with a better I see. I'm getting pretty high, but I'm pretty happy. I'm at the top, so I'm taking my seat. I gotta be stuck in bottom of my knees. But I'm running, I don't need the light to feel the heat. I'm icier than icy. For the power, you're looking at me. When the back of the dark, I'm pretty happy. I'm feeling better. I can't believe around me. Maybe you're in the time when you're getting not cheap. The answer's looking like you should be all living. Oh, you're stuck without it. It's not in the head, but not in the guide. Your book is not what you need. Listen. Magic mirror telling me what I request. Who's the best of the best, okay? I don't have a limit, I can talk about that. To the next, to the least of it. Now sing it, bring bum bum, bring bum bum, bring bum bum bum. Bring bum bum, bring bum bum, bring bum bum bum. Bring bum bum, bring bum bum, bring bum bum bum. To the next, to the least of it. Hey, hey, they don't know that when you mean that every day's a flex. Hey, hey, they don't know you better never into me. Hey, hey, they don't know that when you mean that every day's a flex. Hey, hey, they don't know you better never into me. Yeah, we got no record of high education, but I got all the bling, bling. When my culture reside, when I walk inside, I notice a bling, bling. A luxury car, I can't even drive, got it in green, green. Thinking about the robots, I'm leaping. When I think of that bling, bling. Get it to but not done, cause I'm coming in, it'll be going till dawn. Like a gold shining, making me play this song of luck, I'm long. Like I'm a chicken on anyone, anybody that come and just like a manga. My potential's reliable, I got potential for life. Never wanted a tattoo, I won't deny. You know, mock at me, cause I'm a perfect guy. Wanna kinda be larger than damaging kind. I'm soon my need of getting a bit wild. Brim bum bum, brim bum bum, brim bum bum bum. But then I'm gonna bring the bang, so there ain't no song I've been phone. Magic mirror telling me what I request. Who's the best of the best, okay? I don't have a limit, I can talk about that. To the next, to the least of it. Now sing it, bring bum bum, bring bum bum, bring bum bum bum. Bring bum bum, bring bum bum, bring bum bum bum. Bring bum bum, bring bum bum, bring bum bum bum. To the next, to the least of it. Hey, hey, they don't know that when you mean that every day's a flex. Hey, hey, they don't know you better never into me. Hey, hey, they don't know that when you mean that every day's a flex. Hey, hey, they don't know you better never into me. We mean it out there, dreaming about it. Time to show the world just who we are. From the earth to the sea, we'll take a gamble. There's a new one, we'll sing a legend out for us. Budget, no limit, up to what we call One Piece. All of us are leaving for the same route, but some of you may wonder if we're gonna try and make it. Never plan to miss another moment. Piercing through the air, I'll still take it through. Hey, the world, all of us are walking ever toward you. All of us are living for the same new. Even though I need to take a leap, I'm coming with ya. Matter has a point if you believe that. Reaching for the dream till the end of time. Working on keys of time. I'm moving on in front of you. Going march along to every single beat. The world will change again with you. Hearts to us, hearts to all of us.
Oh, I found the hat. Hello. How is everyone doing today? Oh, goodness gracious me. Shut up, me. How's everyone doing? Excuse me. I need a drink. Armin, Rio, nice to see ya. Ghost, KSI, nice to see ya. The area, nice to see ya. What else do we got today? Hello. Hello, Nex, how are ya? Hi. Hello. It's weird. I've never done one on Tuesday night, I think. Hi, Tom. Nice to see ya. So, we are going to do something very weeby. Before we do, I do need to put on some, let's put on some, ooh, hold on, a little loud. Put on some vibes here. We are going to tier rank the top 100 most popular anime according to MyAnimeList. Now that doesn't mean the best, that just means the most popular, which that'll make it a little more fun to rank. So hopefully y'all are up for that. This will be a nice little chill stream. Just some nice happy vibes. I do got class tomorrow, so it's not going to be super late. Looks like some of you have class too. Hi, Nex. Greetings from America. From Saudi Arabia. My language is Arabic. I can speak English also. Alright, bad. Come with Goatee. Nice to see you, Ghost. Thank you for popping in. See, I didn't used to have school, and then I did. I went to school before then since 2012. I am old, unfortunately. That is an admission. I am quite old. So, are the levels okay, guys? Want to make sure we're all doing okay here. Music not overpowering or anything. Hopefully not. I want a little bit of vibe. Get a little louder just to get some music in here. There we go. Much better. All right, guys. Let's pop over here. What mic do I use? I use a NT1 Rode. Hi, Anton. Nice to see ya. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate the kind words. Here, I'm gonna put me. Oops, not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. Pop me over here. Whee. There we go. Don't necessarily need to. There we go, and then whoa, a little bigger. There we go. Because we only really need to see over over here. So, yeah, perfect. Now I can see y'all, and you can see me. Okie dokie. It's been a while since I caught a stream. How have you been? I've been good. And thank you. I'm glad to see you did well too. I'm very surprised it did so well. Well, yeah, it's been a hot second since I done one of these too. Been filming a lot. Not for the channel. I do documentary work, but I have been very burnt out, so I wanted to do something like this just to kind of get my mind off stuff and do something fun. So, yeah. Not that documentary making isn't fun, but it is tedious. So, but yes. All right, so let's get started here. These are the 100 most popular anime according to MyAnimeList, and I'm going to rank them as according to me. So we got Masterpiece, Amazing, Good, Alright, Not Good, Bad, and Haven't Watched. Now, thankfully, because I am a filthy weeb, there's going to be very few of these that I have not seen. So, yeah. Which is good. So, let's start. We all know that One Piece is peak. We'll get there. We ain't started yet. It ain't at the start. It doesn't look like it's at the start. Not this first bit. Where is One Piece? Let's check. One Piece is... Where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. Where are you? I highly doubt that One Piece is not... Oh, here you are. Next to Steins Gate and Fate Zero. Alright, let's get started here. So we got Baccano. Okay. Am I old enough to where people don't know what Baccano is? Because I remember when that used to be very popular. Baccano's good. Unfortunately, Baccano is also a bit of a mess. Highly recommend watching it in dub because sub it's super hard to keep up with. So English, and the English is fine. I'd watch it in English, just because it's very difficult to keep up with, and it's just kind of messy. I do like the art style. Music is very good. I would say this is good. Not amazing, not alright. Oh, as I put it in amazing. Good. We're putting it in good. So we'll do good. Naruto. So Naruto. If we're talking the first bit, which I think we are because Shippuden's right here. Let me go out just a bit here. Boink. There we go. That way you can kind of see. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Here's the thing. Naruto is much better than I think people are willing to give it credit for. I think that the first 150 or so episodes are very, very well written. Very good. Emotional. It's great animation. Super underrated soundtrack. Unfortunately, there's about 100 or so episodes that are just pure filler, and I can't lie and say that a lot of it is good, because a lot of it is kind of not good. So I'm gonna pop my camera up just a bit. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so I will say, do you think Solo Leveling is gonna be in here? I don't know if it's gonna be in here yet. I don't think it's that popular. So for Naruto, I'm gonna say good on Naruto as well. If it wasn't for those last 100 episodes, it'd be great. Naruto Shippuden has a similar problem, because I feel like there's some really, really beautiful stuff in Shippuden. However, I think the war arc is brutal to get through, and just kind of, it does the same thing as the filler arcs at the very end of Naruto. Even though it is storyline, it's still just super tedious. So I'm gonna say good as well. When all the new songs going on Spotify, it'll be a while. We'll see. Will there be a video on this? Well, yeah, you can always see all the live streams that come out for this. In the live stream tab, they always show up. So if you miss the stream, you'll be able to watch the replay. At least it should be that way. So don't worry if you gotta miss anything, Naz. Fairy Tail. Yuck. Fairy Tail's not good. I think the animation is very subpar. Soundtrack is good. Same people that do Naruto Shippuden. But man, stories and characters are just super, I'm gonna say, not good. Darker Than Black, underrated. Unfortunately, I can't really remember a whole ton about it. I think it was, the whole idea was that it's very similar to Chainsaw Man in a way, if I remember correctly, where you have to do a specific action that sucks in order to get a reaction when in the form of a power. Chainsaw Man does that very similarly. I remember it being pretty good. Womp womp. Why stream only in 720? Should be in 720. That's you, my man. I'm doing this in 4K, buddy. I'm also doing this in the wrong frickin'. Hold on here. Nope, not you. There we go. That should be better. All right. Darker Than Black, I put good. Higurashi. Okay, so those of you who know what Higurashi is, it is horror anime, psychological horror. I thought it was a lot better than it was, because I rewatched it with friends, and I didn't realize how poorly it aged. I do think that there's really good storytelling in it. Unfortunately, I think its best form is its visual or kinetic novel. So I would much rather do that than watch the anime. The anime is a bit tedious and kind of ugly. And the kinetic novel has interesting artwork. It's essentially the same thing, except you're not watching the animation. It's good. I think it's really good. And there's plenty of ways to watch it or play it. So I'm going to say it's all right. I do think it's got a good story. Can you do One Piece real fast? One Piece real fast. Can I do One Piece real fast? Sure. All right. Now, Cowboy Bebop. Did I upset anyone on that? I'm sorry. Okay, I'll actually rate it. So, I haven't watched enough, to be honest. I've only watched about 110 episodes. From what I've watched, and this is coming from me, it would be alright. I don't feel super comfortable saying that it's alright, because I don't think I have watched enough. So, for me, I'll say haven't watched. Because that's like watching 10% of a show, I don't think is, or not even, that's probably less than that now. I'll say haven't watched. So that's my rating. But from what I watched, it's alright. Cowboy Bebop. So, I got a bit of an opinion on Cowboy Bebop. I think that it's overrated. I think it's very good. Which is a problem, because right now, there's like good and then amazing. Which is a bit of a problem. I feel like there should be... Yeah, here we go. Let's... Hold on. Can we add... Can we not add a... Oh, bummer. Be cool to add. Can I change this to great? And then this to good. And then this to meh. And then bad. Let's do that. We'll do that. That work? I think that works. Although, let me, there we go. Now, I'll put this in great. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I know people have very, very strong opinions on Cowboy Bebop for some reason. I think the music is incredible. Animation, incredible. It's just I've never really connected with the story. I know it's episodic, but it just never really captivated me enough to be amazing. I think it's great, but that's where I'm at. So hopefully that doesn't piss anyone off, but I still think it's great. So we'll put that in great. First person I've seen agree with me on Cowboy Bebop. Just couldn't get into it. Yeah. Good. I'm glad I have someone who agrees with me. That's good. I'm not getting pitchforked. So, Familiar of Zero. Not a fan. That's probably going to go in bad. I think it's that kind of mid-2000s tsundere schlock that just was super annoying to watch. It didn't look very good. It didn't sound very good. I would say it's probably in bad, unfortunately. Although I remember being very attracted to one of the characters, and it was not the lead, I can tell you that. I watched the Cowboy Bebop movie, and it was honestly really freaking good. Big fan of the score. And that's Yoko, baby. For sure. Dragon Ball Z. As someone who grew up with that, it's tough not to put it in great, but... That's actually really tough. Over the years, I feel my opinion on Zero Tsukaima got much worse over time. Yeah, it did not age well at all, and I didn't really like it at the time. And I agree with you. Man, Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna say top of good. I'll say. I can't seem to put top. There we go. I'll say top of good. I don't think it's great. There's a lot of very severe problems in Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of just a product of its time. You know, it was the poster child for the power creep, where you watch an episode now and then you watch an episode back then and you're like, it just, everything seems to get bigger and bigger, and then these huge threats seem to be these real, like, completely pathetic and weak people, and it kind of makes it weird on a rewatch. So I'll say good. Alrighty. Evangelion. Oh, man, that's another one that I'm gonna have an opinion on. I think it's just middle of the road. I think it was doing some really innovative things, but sometimes it's actually kind of a hard watch. It's sometimes kind of a chore to sit through. Animation wise, I think that it's awesome on the level of Cowboy Bebop. But man, the characters are very, very grating. And it's just not, it's very avant-garde, very trying to be very psychological, and I think that it succeeds in a lot of ways, and then a lot of the times I just think it just comes off very Reddit-y, if that makes sense. Again, product of its time. It's not super fair to rate it to now. But, yeah, it's a show that didn't age particularly well, in my opinion. But I get why people like it. I'm sure I lost a lot of people on that one, but I apologize. It's fun to look at, but it was a slog to get through. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think animation-wise, it's very, very pretty. Okay, Angel Beats. So, I rewatched Angel Beats recently. And recently, I mean by like the last year or so. And when I first watched it back in the day, I thought I had some major problems. I thought it was really good. I rewatched it and it actually aged super well. And I don't know why. But like, the humor is very like memey, and it actually worked really, really well. And I found myself laughing at it a lot more now than I did back then. I found it very, very funny. But a lot of the emotional beats still really stood up, and yeah, I think the animation is brilliant. I think everything with Girls Dead Monster, sorry, is awesome. I think it still is one of the most realistic looking animation depictions of bands that I've ever seen. And it was done in 2010, I think, 2011. And it just looks awesome. It doesn't look CG at all. It just looks very, very real. The music is great. Just probably one of the best soundtracks, I think, in anime. I think I'm going to have that be an amazing. I think that would probably be top tier for me. I know it can get a little convoluted. And I think that was Jun Maeda's biggest problem, is that he could always get very, very... So I got something in my eye. Convoluted with his stories. So that was probably its only problem. I think he was a little too ambitious with some of the things he was trying to say. But other than that, it was a great, great, great show. Toradora. That might be another amazing, honestly. I think as far as rom-coms go, I gotta be honest. I think Toradora stands up. It's the right kind of dramedy. And I know some people can find Taiga a bit annoying. I think that she has really, really good. Oh, can you guys see? Hold on. I'll pop it forward a little bit. You guys see now? I don't want to pop it too much forward. There we go. Is that alright? You guys see? Try to make it a little bigger for y'all. Oh, excuse me. But yeah. So Toradora, though, fuck yeah. Amazing. And a deceivingly great soundtrack. And animation. I know it's JC Staff, but at that time, JC Staff was fucking crushing it. Clannad After Story. I mean, if you know me, not much to say about that. It's genuinely, it can be cliche. You know, and I know it's gotten really cool to kind of shit on Clannad because it is so good. And I think that's what really, really sucks about the anime community. They can't ever let things just be good. There's always got to be a reason why it sucks, you know, like, and with Clannad, it's just still, it's the second show I ever watched. And when I was like full time watching anime, it was the second one I ever watched. And we'll count this as like the second season. I usually like to talk about it as a series, but I think the first season is also on here. Second season is why I watch anime. It goes from the regular romance that you would normally get to just a genuine story about family, about loss, about becoming a man, which is something that is kind of lacking these days, where it's those kind of stories that every boy growing up to be a man should watch this, because it is, you would think it would be, just from looking at it, would be not for like dudes, but absolutely this is a guy's anime. Because it really taught me about, not taught me, but it made me think differently about love. It really made me think about how my father, what he went through, and it really, every time I watch it, it makes me think about something different in my life, and it just really reaches into those parts. And it's not for everyone. I will say that some people are probably not going to get a single thing out of Clannad, but for me, I think the things that it does is magical, and I've never ever felt the same about a show as I did that show. It just, I don't know, the direction was just incredible. It was so subtle but so powerful at the same time. Just really, really great. Cool, looks like we got some Clannad fans. Or people that need to watch it. Now, this is the biggest problem with Clannad, I'm going to tell you right now. People go into it expecting a masterpiece right away. Don't. I think that's the biggest thing that people run into as a problem for Clannad, is they think, oh man, I'm just gonna hit me right fucking away. Don't do that. Go into it not looking for the best thing you've ever seen. Go into it as a normal show and just allow yourself to be entertained by the characters, get to know them, find the fun parts about them, and just watch the show. Okay? Because it is a very entertaining show if you don't go into it thinking you're going to get the best thing ever. Get to know the characters first. That's what the first season is. Then the first 8 episodes are the same, except it's a little bit of side story. It may seem like it's not necessary, but it is. So just keep watching. Once you get to episode 8, I believe, 8 or 9 of After Story, then you'll start to realize why it's a good show and why people continue to talk about it. From 8 on, it is buckle up. Because if you've gotten to know the characters and really enjoy the characters, you're in for a ride. Where can I watch Clannad? That would be High Dive. If you have High Dive, they have both seasons. They used to only have the first one, which really sucked. Because when I rewatched it with my friends, we had to watch the first season on High Dive and then bootleg the other season. I agree, Brian. 'Cause that's the thing. If you go into Clannad the first season not expecting the best, you'll be humbly surprised. Because there is some really, really great writing in the first season. I think people they try to shit on it because they didn't get to that amazing, like, oh my god, because everyone talks about the after story, and it kind of starts to overshadow the first season. I've seen the Mal score on Clannad just drop over the years, because people will start with Clannad, drop it before they get to after story, and be like, oh, I thought this was supposed to be this amazing show, and it's just fine. But yeah. So, but first season is, let's actually rate that. Oh, there you are, right at the end. I would say great, because it still has all the good parts of Clannad, just not condensed and punching you in the face. It has, in my opinion, one of the most beautifully written scores of anime. And it wasn't actually originally made for the score, or made for the anime. It was from the visual novel, but it's such good music. And it was also written by the guy that wrote the story. So they're so intertwined. He knows exactly what he's going for when it goes to story beats, because he wrote them. So then he can write music that absolutely matches it. And that's why it's just unbelievable. Some of the tracks in here are just so beautiful. And it's KyoAni. Even in 2008, 2009, their shit looked amazing. And so, yeah, there's really no reason not to watch it. Just go into it with an open mind. Don't expect the best thing ever. And then by the time you get done with it, and you finish After Story, I promise you that you will watch something that you won't forget. Let's see. Do you think JGK is on this list? Oh, it will be on here somewhere, I'm sure. Akio and Sane are amazing. Akio is my favorite character in all of anime. That man. It's another one that kind of connects to me. Honestly, enjoyed the second half of this season 1 as much as After Story. Yeah, I agree with you. Season 1 is a real treat. You appreciate it a lot more the second time. I agree. Nick, nice to see you popping in. All right, let's keep moving on. I kind of stopped and talked about Clannad After Story for far too long, so I apologize. Maid-sama is it's fine. I never got it. It's kind of like how I said Clannad is a oh, nice to see you. Can you do Hunter x Hunter? Hold on, just one sec. This is for the women in the audience, I think. Very, very shoujo. Not my thing. I would say meh, but I get if you like it. Have you done a sound alike for OP25 The Peak? No, I have not. All right, Acreely, I'll do Hunter x Hunter for you. Hunter x Hunter, in my opinion, personally, is a masterpiece. I think Hunter x Hunter is what every shonen should strive to be. I really do. Even in, like with Greed Island, and I know people love to pick on Greed Island, I personally like it. But it's just got some of the best character development of any shonen I've ever watched. And the Chimera Ant arc is one of those arcs in anime that you feel like should be taught in schools. And that sounds super pretentious, and I apologize, but it feels like a Greek tragedy the way it's written, and it's the best writing of the whole show. But not to discount the Hunter exam or the Shadow Troop. You can't discount that shit. It's good stuff. Greed Island is the best art. I know you're fucking playing. Nice to see you, Napkin. Thanks for popping in, man. Hisoka, best Hunter x Hunter character. Honestly, I fucking love Hisoka. I think it's hard to say because he's the pedophile clown, but he's just, I don't know. He's one of those guys that he's not a villain. He's not a good guy, clearly, but like he just kind of does his own thing. He's such an anti-hero, and I think he's awesome. Yeah, I think he's great. Never watched Hunter x Hunter. You should. It's a great show. It's a little long. Great show. All right, let's keep going. Black Lagoon. Black Lagoon is great. I love Black Lagoon. Revi is me and my wife's hall pass. Her anime hall pass. Great Western style action show. And a great English dub. If you don't want to read, it's a great show to watch in English. I think Rock's voice is a little shit, but Revi's voice is awesome. And I think it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, for sure. Black Butler, have not watched. Samurai Champloo, great. It's still crazy to think that it's as old as it is, because it just... See you, Acreely. Good night, have a good one. It's crazy to think that it's as old as it is. I feel like it was done in 2005, 2006. Doesn't look it. It just looks great. Sounds awesome. Great soundtrack. Yeah. Great. Fate Stay Night, are we talking like Dean Stay Night? Dean Stay Night's pretty meh. I still think it's a good story. It's hard to put it in... I'll put it at the top of meh. Because I actually kind of liked it when I watched it. But I didn't know any better. So, don't judge me. Alright. High School D&D. Or DD. Double D. It's meh. It's your average, like, is it porn show? It's fine. Not much to say about it. A lot of these I'm not going to have a whole ton to say about because they're not... I don't understand why some of these are so popular, but yeah, that's one of them. I'm scared to start Hunter x Hunter because I know I'd love it, but I'm worried I'll never get finished. It's not that hard of a watch. I would give it a shot. 145 ain't actually that bad. I don't know what this is. I'm not gonna lie. I should, but I don't know what it is. I'm sure one of y'all know what it is. Yeah, I mean it does the one arc that we don't have done by Ufotable, so you know, it's good for that. Mirai Nikki, this show has been getting a lot of fucking flack because it's tough because at the time it was super popular because it was fairly new with what it was doing. Now every show has tried to be it, and from that it just kind of like has been going like this. I remember this used to be super high rated. But do I think it was any good? It was tough to really connect with the main character because I thought he was super annoying. And then, you know, it's just her. I'm gonna say high meh on Mirai Nikki. I remember enjoying it fairly well, but yeah, it's tough because like yeah, you're right, Alexandra, it did not age well at all. But it was definitely something I watched way back in the day, and I watched it all. I remember being fairly not captivated, that seems very strong. Engaged. So, it's very dry in my studio right now. Oh man, you know it's dry when every drink of water you're like, oh, it's the best water ever. Oh man, I got a lot to go. Guilty Crown. Oh man, that's a tough one. That's kind of crazy. That's one of the most popular ones. I'd have to say it's tough. I'd have to say man on that one too. I would almost say bad, but the music and the animation was so good, I think it saves it. It's got one of the best soundtracks in all of anime. When Sawano wasn't boring. Now, that's when Sawano's style was still unique and novel. Now it's just kind of meh. Yeah, BIOS is that was one of the first pieces of music where I was like, man, I want to do that. Kind of really encouraged me to be a composer. All right, Excel World. Excel World's pretty meh too, honestly. It's not the greatest. I like how they're trying to do something new with the main character, but it's pretty generic. It has not aged well at all, unfortunately. It's in the same world as SAO. Just not very interesting, unfortunately. Speaking of which, SAO. I would say SAO is good. I think people think that it's a lot worse than it is. Great animation, great soundtrack. And the things that it did good, it did very good. Things that it did bad, it did very bad. So that's why I'm going to put it in good, at the bottom of good. But I do think that it's good. I think it's good. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's like bad. I do think that some of it's bad, but you know. I have not watched My Pet Monster. Bleach. Bleach is tough because Bleach I think went on for a little too long. Although it's coming back right now. So like when it went here and people were like, okay, I want it to be done. Now it's into the arc where everyone thinks it should have actually ended. So that's I think why I'm going to put it in high good. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, Batum. Oh, man, Batum was pretty, I'd say, meh. I think it had a decent premise. It's a death game. Everyone's stranded on an island. They were all, like, gamers. And they each have like a specific type of bomb that they can throw at each other, and it's like a battle royale kind of anime. It just was totally inconsistent. Like I didn't know if it wanted to be funny or if it wanted to be intense. It just didn't really know. So I'm gonna put it in meh. Magi or Magi or Maggie or whatever you want to call it. I think Maggie's pretty great. Good show. I'll be honest, I don't remember a whole ton of it, but I remember really, really, really enjoying it. I loved the animation. I thought the animation was super, super cool. The character designs were really, really good. Yeah, I just remember being really captivated by the creativity of it all. So, yeah, for sure. I'll put that in great. One more drink. I don't have the top on. Oh, God, I'm so thirsty. Good Lord. Got on my stash. Psycho-Pass. Psycho-Pass, if we're talking about the first season, should we just talk about the first season? Because if we're talking about the first season, I'd probably put that in amazing. First season of Psycho-Pass is incredible. Let's do that, because I think it deserves it. Amazing. If you like sci-fi stuff and you like this dystopian kind of Black Mirror-esque story, Psycho-Pass is fantastic. So I'm going to put that in amazing. Pet Girl of Sakura Hall. It's tough because I haven't watched that in a long time. I remember liking it a lot. It reminded me a lot of Toradora. But in the same breath, I feel like I didn't like the main pair as much as I liked the secondary pair. Because there's like two romances going on at the same time. One's the main one, and there's like a love triangle. And the chick that's in the love triangle is super annoying. I remember that. But then there was like the older students were having their own romance, and that was actually really good. I'm gonna put that in low grade. If I were to watch it again, I feel like it would go down, which is sad. But Dead Alive, haven't watched. Chunbyo. Chunbyo's fun. I'll put that in good. I like Chunbyo. Animation's great. I think it started to get a little played out, but really funny. I might actually even put it up here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Hopefully I didn't upset someone with that. Animation's great. I just think that it definitely plays itself out. Attack on Titan, I would say, is either top of amazing or masterpiece. I'll say top of amazing for Attack on Titan. I do have some problems with Attack on Titan. I'll say top of amazing for that. Yeah. Teen Snafu. Teen Snafu is great. It's definitely a really fresh take on romance because it just, the dialogue is so good. It feels very real. It's not like this fluff. They're kind of cynical people. And so it comes off like a very relatable romance, and I like that about Snafu. That's why I probably put it in the middle of great. Devil is a part-timer. Devil part-timer, high good. I liked it. Another one that I feel like was a little bit played out, but that initial watch was really funny. I think it's a good premise. It's just those like early 2000s shows kind of had the same characters, and that got a little old. But yeah, it was a good watch. Code Geass. Oh goodness gracious me. That's probably right up here with in amazing. I feel like it had some big plot holes, and that's the only thing keeping it out of being a masterpiece. But other than that, I thought it was awesome. Classic. And just that soundtrack. Oh, so good. Good stuff. What is the one in bad that is familiar of zero? Kuroko no Basket. Dude, that's going in great, baby. Hell yeah. Going in great. I remember me and my wife would watch this every time it came out. I think it came out on Saturdays, and it'd be like watching a sporting event. It was so sick. We'd be so into it. Had a ton of fun. It's not very realistic. It's not like IQ, but it is a blast to watch if you just like to watch something a little mindless. Hyoka I have not watched. Gurren Lagann. See, it's tough because I'm not a big fan of Trigger when they do, or this was Gainax, but it's the same style because they're the same fucking thing, let's be honest, where they end it very bitter. Like, they say bittersweet, but it's almost just too bitter for me, and I don't really enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. I think I think I'll say great. I just think the ending was too sad for the sake of just being sad. And so I didn't like that. Oh, you gotta watch Hyoka. Okay. You didn't enjoy Code Geass? Whoa. I mean, it's not for everyone. I get you. Madoka Magica. Pretty amazing, honestly, for what it was doing. It's, it felt pretty random. Which one? Oh, Gurren Lagann. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Madoka Magica was, at the time, pretty revolutionary for what it was doing. Like, it was the talk of the town when it was airing. And I thought the art style was awesome. Yuki's score was incredible. Yeah. You can't go wrong with the Gen Urobushi story. It's just dark as shit. Like, just good stuff. And it just comes off like it's not. And I love that when you get that first big punch into what it actually is. It's very, very satisfying. Black Bullet, have not watched. I feel like I should go through these and see what I haven't watched. Real High School, I haven't watched. Dungeon, I haven't watched. Yeah, you're gonna be kind of shocked, I think, by how many of these I haven't watched, because it's not a lot. Okay, that's it. Those are the ones I haven't watched. Cool. that hardly whittled us down. All right, Spice and Wolf. Spice and Wolf is good. I think it's for what it is. It's good. It's not gonna blow anyone's mind. So yeah, it's good. Terror and Resonance was pretty great. Another one that got slightly played out, got a little too big for its own britches, I think, where some of the ideas that it was trying to do just got a little too convoluted, I think. But I really enjoyed it when it was rooted in what it was trying to do. And the score is awesome. Yoko Kanno's score is just delicious. Tokyo Ghoul. I'd say probably bottom of good. People, I don't know. I really liked the end fight with Jason. I thought that was awesome. But I remember and that whole end episode I thought was fantastic. But I remember when it came out, people were really, really dogging on it. And that's the weird thing with the anime community. It's tough to fully enjoy something and then go on the internet to be like, I wonder what people thought. And then you just get your hopes absolutely dashed. It happens. So, yeah, that's where I'll probably put your favorite anime of all time. Which one? Terror and Resonance? Nice. It's a great show. But yeah, I'll put Tokyo Ghoul in bottom of good. SAO Gun Gale. Meh. I really didn't enjoy Gun Gale. They did some good stuff, but I got really, really sick of like the harem stuff. I just thought it was really, really stupid. And it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, to be completely honest. So I'll probably put that in meh. It's okay to like things others don't. I agree, Zero. That is completely fine. I hate all the things that you like, though, so I hope that's all right. No Game, No Life. Oh, on that note, I think that is absolutely meh. I do not get why people love that show so much. I also think that it's just, it has some really good ideas, but it's like the producers are, every time they do something really cool, they're like, quick, show them a boob. And then you just, it just distracts you from the good stuff. And you're just like, oh, fuck, Jesus. Like every time something happens, it's just like, it's randomly horny. So I thought it was great, except the ecchi. Yeah. That's exactly why I put it in meh. Yeah, because the ecchi essentially fucking over. I mean, when it's like, oh, I have all this good stuff, and then it's like, yeah, well, we'll put all the good stuff in the freaking in this side of the scale, and then freaking here on the ecchi, so then it's completely out of balance. Does not work. Not for me. I don't need to see a boob every time they play a game. It is unnecessary. Fan service and turn the red-haired girl into a joke character. Yeah, absolutely. That was her whole purpose, was to just be like the butt of every horny joke. Oh, 7 Deadly Sins. Are we doing the whole show? I thought the first season was pretty good, all things considered. But are we talking? We're talking about the franchise. Oh boy. I think we'll probably talk about franchises here, unless the other season is there, which this is, I think, a franchise. So that goes in bad, unfortunately. Although the first season was pretty good. I liked it. Bum 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 ba bum bum. Your Lie in April was pretty amazing. I think the animation of the players was really awesome. I think the actual score was really good. I'm not talking about the classical music. I think the actual score was really good. I love that composer too. He does the stuff for Fruits Basket. I think that's phenomenal. Yeah, not a lot to say. Nice, really well written story. Very beautiful, very sad. Unlimited Blade Works. That's pretty great. Not quite amazing, but great. Yeah, total well. Nice and beautifully dark. First season valid, second season good. What the hell happened after that? I don't know. 7. Yeah, it's just, it's sad. It happens to anime sometimes. Elfen Lied is pretty bad, guys. Have you tried to watch Elfen Lied again? It's not very good. It's like really shocking for the sake of being shocking. And these days it just doesn't do anything. Like, for the time it was really like, oh my god, whoa. But man, does not age well at all. That's why no one talks about it anymore. Elfen Lied was amazing to 11-year-old me. That is the most true sentence. It's a 1-episode wonder. That's a great way to put it. Those first 10 minutes, you're like, and then that one guy that like absolutely decks the fucking chick, and I was like, oh my god, that was probably more disturbing than the first 10 minutes. That guy like punched the shit out of that girl. Like, I mean, have you seen this? Hold on, I gotta find this scene. Let's see. We'll do Elfen Lied punch. Let's see. I gotta find this. Elfen Lied punch. Found it.
Just go out and cap her, huh?
Okay, yeah, I found it. All right, here we go. So, this was the most disturbing part to me about Elfen Lied, was this fucking punch. Watch this shit. Here, I gotta.
Just go out and cap her, huh?
Mr. Bondo?
Jeez.
Never sneak up.
Good lord. Like, that was brutal. Look at that. Okay, so like that's terrifying. To me, that was like way more like, it was so visceral. I was like, holy shit. Oh man. No, that was probably the most disturbing thing in Elfen Lied. All right, back to the beats. Had to show you that. All right. But yeah, I'll put Elfen Lied in bad, unfortunately. William with the OCI imagery is pretty amazing, though. Yeah, the opening is phenomenal. Death Parade, dude. Like, amazing. Nearly put it in masterpiece. It is the most underrated anime of all time, honestly. I think it's phenomenal. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you haven't heard anything about it, I'm not going to say anything. The score is done by the same person that does My Hero Academia. It's phenomenal. It has my single favorite scene in all of anime. And it's beautiful. There's zero dialogue in this particular scene too, and it's just all music and animation. It's beautiful. So definitely go watch it. Let's see. Remind me of the punch from Witch of Mercury. Character just goes limp, nothing dramatic, just KO. Funny. Durarara. Durarara was good. That's another one that didn't age particularly well. It didn't really have like a really concrete point. You're just kind of watching people be people, which is cool, but not my thing. But I like Durarara. I think it was good. Ouran High School Host Club, another one that I think is good. Another one that didn't age super well. Has some really good scenes in it, but it's not my bag. But I know people that would put that up in like amazing. So if you're here, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you think it's amazing. Food Wars. Are we getting there? Ooh, we only have 2 rows left. We're fucking crushing it now. Excuse me. Durarara trying to appeal to the Baccano people. It's the same director, I'm pretty sure. Food Wars, I'd put in good. I'd love to put it in great, but those last seasons just, you can tell that the staff were either bogged down or gave up. Because those first 3 seasons were just solid, and it was a lot of fun to watch. But it just seemed like the passion was gone, and I really didn't like how they ended it. I'm struggling to talk today. I'm sorry. Tired. Yeah, it just, the manga ended it in such a good way, and the anime decided to like take away anything that made that good and just do their own kind of like half-assed one, and I didn't understand that. I thought that kind of sucked. So that's all. I'll put it in good. Parasite was great. Hell yeah. Good show. Not much to say about that one. Steins Gate. I rewatched Steins Gate. I'm gonna put that in high grade. I know some people think it is the best show ever. I couldn't connect to it that second time. I thought it's well written. I think it has a good score. I struggled. I struggled to connect to it. I remember connecting to it a lot more when I first watched it. Actually, I think I probably connected more to Parasite than I did to Steins Gate, to be completely honest. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Hopefully I didn't upset anyone there. I apologize. Parasite is great. I agree. Oh, Brian's Ouran. Nice. I really remember enjoying Ouran the first time I watched it, but I've tried to rewatch it several times and never been able to get back to it. Yeah, some of these just, it struggled because we're in such a huge anime boom period right now that a lot of these just are kind of obsolete. It sucks because it's just, the technology's just got so much better. Fate Zero. Amazing. Probably the best Fate thing out there. Love Fate Zero. It's Gen Orobuchi again. I mean, that's how you do it. It's funny because we got 1 Gen Orobuchi, 2 Gen Orobuchi, 3 Gen Orobuchi. All amazing. Hey, he knows how to fucking write a fucked up story. Gintama. Haven't watched enough. Hellsing Ultimate. Good. Not as good as the original Hellsing. I think the original Hellsing is far better. Yeah, got so much new anime now. Yeah, we do. Too much. Charlotte's tough. Probably top of meh. It had a lot of potential. That last episode was rough. I rewatched it. I was like, yikes. That's really rough. What are we talking about, Armin? For what? For Charlotte? For Hellsing? Well, for Hellsing, the thing with Hellsing is, I think Ultimate looked good, but the thing that made the original Hellsing so cool is it had style. And it had this very clear novel feel to it. Hellsing Ultimate just kind of felt like just a gothic action, which was not very crazy. I think the original Hellsing felt way cooler to me. Charlotte's way better than Kami-sama, at least. Yeah. No, yeah. That's the thing with June, though, is he has such good ideas, but he needs someone to rein him in. That's why Clannad was so good, was because they were able to cut the fat of the visual novel, and they had a brilliant director to just hone those ideas and push them forward. Angel Beats was the same way, even though they almost failed. Charlotte just seemed like it was just reins off, just do whatever you want. And then Kami-sama was just like, there were hints, I guess, of stuff, but yeah, it was a shame. And I don't think Jun did much with the music, to be honest. And that's one of his best traits, is that he's a brilliant songwriter. Yeah, it needed to be 2 cores, for sure. Blue Exorcist, pretty good. Haven't watched the new seasons, but I watched the original one. Bakemonogatari, haven't watched enough. I watched the first season. I feel like we'd be... well, you know what? I'll rate the first season. I'll say good. It was another one that I feel like is a bit messy. And just not my thing. It's a little wacky. I got something lodged in my eye. Dead Man Wonderland. Pretty meh. The premise is good. It just suffers from another case of the main character is super annoying, which is just a trope of 2000s anime, unfortunately. Oh god, my eye. But yeah, it just doesn't really have anything that makes it stand out, unfortunately. Another good. Have you rewatched another? It's better comedy than it's horror. It's kind of funny. It's like Final Destination, the anime. It's not very scary, I will say. It's much more like just dark comedy almost. Well, it's not trying to be a dark comedy, but it is. To me, it's kind of funny. Me and my brother watched it one time. It was very funny. Whoa, we should not be complaining about too much anime. Old heads can back me up on that. Yeah. I don't have enough time to watch it. That's my complaint. I love the original Blue Exorcist, one of the new seasons, but I don't know if that come out with anything new. I think, isn't there a new one coming out right now? I feel like there is. Maybe I'm wrong. Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is great. A lot of fun. Good soundtrack. Good animation. Just fucking stupid fun. Assassination Classroom is also great. Highly recommend that to anime beginners who want something very anime, but very fun. And deceivingly heartfelt. Fun Gore Fest. Oh yeah? I mean, it's... when you get desensitized to it, it's not as fun. I think it had a good premise. I just don't think it ever went anywhere with it, is my problem. I feel like the first 5 episodes were the best that it did, personally. Horror just isn't done well in anime. Yeah, it really isn't. I feel like Uzumaki's got a chance. The trailers for that look brilliant. So, here's hoping. Howl's Moving Castle goes in good. I know people love this movie way too much. I don't understand it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't understand. Ooh, I just remembered. There's one I didn't watch. I never seen Mononoke. that's my take my weed card. Take my weed card. Take my weeb card away anime. I've never seen Princess Mononoke ever. Still haven't seen it. Not sure why Japan has so much folklore and scary tales and stuff. It's got some good stuff. How's Moving Cancel will be meh or bad in my opinion. The writing is really questionable. Thank you. I agree. I only put it in good because I didn't want to piss people off. You know what? I'll put it in meh. Don't take my weed card away. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. We're talking about the first one, which I think is pretty great. It does the first bit of the anime, or first bit of the manga very well, and it does its own ending. I think, honestly, the best way to watch is watch this until it stops being canon, and then watch Brotherhood from, like, episode 20. No. I can't remember the episode, but there's a specific episode where you can just hop on and then watch Brotherhood, and then you'll be solid. Speaking of which, we'll put Brotherhood in Masterpiece. I think it is awesome. It's amazing. You don't get much better than that. I know it's generic, but you know. I was sick and watched the entirety of FMA in one day. It was like a fever dream, literally. Nice. Haruhi. I want to put it in meh. I don't really like it. At the time, I think it was, I don't know. That's one of those shows that really did not age well. I tried to rewatch it again. I thought it was fucking obnoxious. At the time, it was super popular, but it's a tough watch now. I think the animation is great. I don't agree with you there, Inagami. You gotta have the ending is amazing. The ending is the best part of FMA. You gotta have that. I think that last back half of FMA Brotherhood is beautiful. But I do think that the original FMA did the first half better. Haruhi is hard to judge. It's basically you had to be there. Yeah, that's true. It was a phenomenon. Haikyuu, I put in amazing. One of the best sports anime out there. One Punch Man, I'd put in amazing. Animation Masterclass. Great soundtrack, and it's just funny. It's fun. It's a blast. It's good to watch for beginners, too. K-On! K-On is low grade, I'd say. It was fun, but it also, you just kind of like start to ask yourself why you're watching it, because nothing's really happening other than you don't even get to see them like get better at the instrument. They just kind of do it, and it just kind of happens. I wish I would have gotten to see that, because I'm a musician. I want to see that. But yeah, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Noragami is like low good. It didn't age very well. Super popular for some reason. I think it's just mainly because everyone thought that the lead guy was super hot. I remember that. Everyone was super into it. So it just got popular off of that. All right, we're getting down to it now. Very cool. Oh, this last half, or this last little row, is actually a good one too. Oh, excuse me. Konosuba. Hi, good. I thought it was very fun. Very funny. Erased. Fuck. Erased is tough. Because, man, it had a really, really predictable twist, which ruins it. But when it was good, it was breathtakingly good. So I'm going to put that in high good. Man, I wish I could say it was great. I really do. It just doesn't, because I read the manga too, and I think the manga ended far better. Yeah. Also, the community kind of ruined it too, because they were like being kind of stupid with the twist. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Soul Eater. Soul Eater's good. Didn't get to end the way it should have, which is a bummer. But yeah, I wish they would do a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on Soul Eater. I think it deserves it, especially with Fire Force being as popular as it is. I think now would be the perfect time to bring back Soul Eater. You could take that fan base and just put it right in. All right. High School of the Dead. Great. Dude, what a romp. It's like, if you get past the, like, this kind of thing, they're embracing the ecchi. It's not like No Game No Life, where they're trying to like say it's a serious drama show with like that kind of stuff, and then they just keep putting boobs in your face. This is just, it knows what it is. It is a B movie, just putting fucking titties and zombies and blood and guts and just shoving them in your face. And the animation is good. Like, if you rewatch it, you're like, what the fuck? Why does it look so good? Yeah, it's fantastic. Hell yeah, Liger. I keep that shit at the bottom. Your videos are all top tier, man. Love your work. Thank you, Swiffer. Wetjet. Thank you, Swiffer Wetjet. Your kind words are great. Your kind words clean me. Hero Academia. We're doing the whole? It's good. It's tough because it's another one of those like inconsistent tones where it can get really dark and really serious and really heartfelt, but then it just becomes like a kid show. And then it's weird because if you're gonna do that kind of stuff, don't be so childish with the wholesome stuff. Because then you kind of feel like you're like, it becomes cringy. I know people really love the Hero 2 scene where they're like playing in the band. I thought that was so cringe and like I was watching a kid show when we just got done watching this guy essentially enslave a young girl for her, like just super dark shit. And then you get to that and you're like, what the fuck? It's very strange. Thank you, Armin, for the $2 donation, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Means a lot. Top tier content. Hey, I get the pun. Because we're tier ranking. At least I think that was the intention. ReZero. I'm going to be completely honest, dude. I think, from what I've seen, personally, I think it is a masterpiece of character storytelling. It's just brilliant. Like, I don't know why it gets such a bad rap. Because some of the stuff it does, it's not just shock to shock. It's just really well. It's almost like a Gen Urobuchi story. It's phenomenal. And it has one of my favorite scenes in all of anime. You know you've done good when you have a scene where I can just say that and most of you know which one I'm talking about. And that is because they built into that and just... This is one of the only times where I just like watched a scene and just stood there and just stared at the screen for a bit. Just dumbfounded. Like... And it's just... really, really good. And there's a few scenes like with his parents and the rabbits, and there's just a lot of stuff. And then the freaking weird yandere stuff, like it really, really, really crushes it. I made it to season 3 or whatever, but I just can't stand Subaru, especially the screeching. The man's literally dying like every episode. Then wouldn't you go a little crazy too? Seems like this guy is literally breaking. That's the thing. Like, this guy is, and they're not shying away from that. And I think that's what I like, is this guy is just losing losing in life, and they really just keep pushing it. Only season 1 is good. I don't know if I agree with that. I like season 2. Haven't watched the most recent stuff though, so, and I feel like people are saying that stuff sucks, so I don't know. I think it's a bad rep. People forget how good that first season was, so don't forget, because it's awesome. So let's keep going. Spirited Away, masterpiece. We all know that. Oh boy, here we go. So I don't know. How many of you know what this is? I want to see in the comments. How many of you know what this is? I'm curious. Death Parade first episode is so good. Oh yeah, I shown that to a couple of my coworkers, and they loved it. And they're all into Death Parade now, which is really, really cool. Are any guesses? No clue? I feel like this is where I get to say that I'm too old. Anyone? Any takers? Any guesses? Come on. Come on, show me that you know. And don't go to MyAnimeList to check. Don't do it, you cowards. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's 5 centimeters per second. It's one of Makoto Shinkai's first. I can't zoom that much. I need. Oh, goodness, people. That enough? I can't go in that much. There, can you see it now? This. Yeah, 5 centimeters per second. It's one of Makoto Shinkai's first short films. Good lord, is it just depressing. And not in a good way either. I think it had hints of what he would go on to do. I didn't really like 5 centimeters. I thought it was very meh. Beautiful to the eyes. Like, just... the animation is brilliant. But it's Makoto Shinkai. So, no one doubted that. But it's just not a fun watch. That's why it's so good with Your Name and Weathering with You and even Suzume, where it's got a better, more happy end. Where it's not just like, ugh, God, I'm going to go freaking die in a hole now. So I'm going to say meh. Speaking of which, let's do Your Name. Your Name, I think, is amazing. Fantastic movie. I know people give it a bad rap. I would almost say masterpiece, but I feel like people are gonna bitch about that. You know what? No, fuck you. I'm gonna say masterpiece. I don't think there's a lot wrong with it. I don't. I think it's fucking phenomenal. I think the soundtrack is one of the best of all time. I think the animation is some of the best of all time. The cultural impact of it is amazing. And I think the story is great. And it's got one of my favorite endings to any movie ever. So, yeah, masterpiece. I didn't like Suzume at all. There's my hot take. Well, Zero, I didn't either. I didn't think it was very good. I thought that the animation was great, but I thought it was a huge mess. And it should have been a series. It was just a bunch of shit pushed into a movie. And it was too much. Too much. Although, I thought the car stuff was hilarious. That guy's car is my favorite character. I love this movie so much I wanted to rewatch all Makoto Shinkai films. I would just rewatch the back half. Start with like Garden of Words and then just go on. The other ones are too depressing. We did it and it was not fun. All right. Almost done. Anohana. I rewatched it. I thought it was a high good. I'll be honest. The characters are a little obnoxious. And melodramatic. But I think the last episode is so good that it kind of like overshadows the rest. That's why I would put it high good. That last episode is the reason you watch the show. When I first watched it, I even said, you're kind of watching the show to get to the end because you know it's going to be sad. Honestly, that's why I think Free Rent is doing so well right now, because we all know that whatever that ending is going to be, one, we don't know it, but two, whatever it is going to be sad as fuck. And we're all just kind of watching to get there. So, is Garden of Sinners on this list? Probably not. No, Garden of Sinners is not as popular. Yeah, I don't think Garden of Sinners is very popular. I don't think it's a mess. I just think the reason it's a mess is because not chronological. If you watch it chronologically, I think it's fine. But it does jump. But it's still it aged just fabulously well. All right, it's nice to see ya. Cried on an airplane watching that movie, and again in the cinema. I cried on an airplane watching Makia, and it was very embarrassing because I thought, I was like, oh, this would be a nice little fantasy movie to watch, and then it just kicked me in the balls at the very end, and I was not expecting it, and it just ruined me. I'm next to this fat old dude. I'm just like just fucking losing my shit. Oh man, brutal. Have you changed your tune on Aruma-kun yet? I haven't really watched Aruma-kun yet. I watched a little bit of it and I didn't like it. I haven't had enough chance to give it another shot. I'm busy with school. I got too much shit to do. I see a silent voice on this. You better not massacre my comfort movie, bro. Comfort movie? How the fuck is that your comfort movie? That's it's not a very comfortable movie. We can do silent voice now, though. I think silent voice is pretty amazing. Comfort, though, no way. It's actually kind of a tough watch. But a wholesome watch, too, but also a tough watch. It's got one of the best soundtracks ever. I think Kensuke Ushio is phenomenal. Just an incredible composer. But yeah, and KyoAni did the animation. I think it's beautiful. Okay, maybe not comfort, but like, fair enough. Mob Psycho. That is a masterpiece. There's very little I can say wrong about Mob Psycho. It's probably one of the closest things to perfect in anime. No, Yu Yu is a travesty. The best. Well, it's probably not the most popular because it was a lot younger, I think. Or not young. A lot older. But yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised it's not in one of the most popular. Log Horizon. I thought Log Horizon was pretty meh. I know at the time people were like, this is good SAO, and I never got it. You know what show I love, though? That is the video game kind of show. It's Shangri-La Frontier. I'm a huge fan because it just seems like it just feels like you're watching this dude just fuck around in a video game with his friends, and it's just a lot of fun, and it feels like an actual game. Like, he talks about the mechanics, the players in there play it like it's a game. That's really fucking cool. I'm a big fan. I think Horizon was just like, yeah, Log Horizon is just fine. Still need to watch Mob. Good lord. Get on it. First season, great, but it gets really good after 2. Log Horizon was good the first season. It got really dumb second season. Yeah, that's where I was at. I was kind of genuinely interested in the first season, but it just... Yeah, I agree. Season 2 is where it just got really boring. All right, let's keep going. There's no JJK. That's interesting. When was this updated? Or Demon Slayer? This must be an old one. Yeah, because you would think that those two would be on here at this point. Very strange. But just for the sake of it, for JJK, I would put JJK in great. Demon Slayer, I would probably also put in great. They probably both go in great. It's supposed to be like a 2019 list, probably. Beyond the Boundary. Ooh, where'd you go? Oh, here. Beyond the Boundary, I put in good. I think there was one truly awesome episode. Other than that, it's just fine. Great animation, though. That's the thing. KyoAni. Like, the animation is never going to be the problem. JJK amazing or higher, you're capping. Oh, you want JJK and amazing? I don't know if it's amazing yet just because I haven't watched it. Well, I've watched the fights. It's just tough. I'm not super into the story. The story is not catching me. It's just not. I think the animation is brilliant. Brilliant. Music is awesome. But I don't give a shit. That's my big problem. I don't give a shit. I watch it and I'm like, I don't care about these people. It's just tough. I'm just not connecting with the characters at all. Yeah, that's just where I'm at. I think it's an amazing action anime. But yeah. Main Abyss. Oh boy. Made in Abyss. Here's my big problem with Made in Abyss. I think it's one of those shows where it's It's got great things going for it, but I just can't really condone what it does with its characters, because a lot of it seems very exploitive. Like, like, there's just some things that it does with the characters that is really, really, how do I put this? Uncomfortable, but that doesn't that doesn't really portray what I want to do. Really, really unnecessary and uncomfortable. Where there was one thing they did in the movie, where obviously they did the whole string up naked thing, which I think was just really, really stupid. But it's a popularity contest, bro. Come on. What? What do you mean? Popularity contest? This is the top 100 most popular, and I'm rating them. This is not the top 10 most highest rated. I'm rating them right now. But no, I think that some of the stuff that MyAnimeList does with its child characters is just exploitive. They did this one thing in the movie that really, really turned me off to this show, where they had Rag hooked up to this machine, and they were like sapping him of his fluids, and there was a tube that was put on his, and it was like draining the. Is that really necessary? You know, like that's just wrong. There's no point to that. That's not really getting anything across other than, I don't know. Am I the only one? Because that's just wrong, right? And there's that like one character, the boy character who like is constantly like getting, it feels wrong, you know? People are actually evil, and I don't know if that's the case though. Here's the thing. Have you read the manga? Because when I started reading the manga, I started to get a feel for what the author actually wanted, which I don't think was right. Because wait, hold on. That's how I feel about Darker Than Black. Love season 1, but season 2. See, I don't remember season 2. Interesting. Yeah, well, if that's the way you feel about that, then I agree with you. Because here's the thing. With the manga, they show them without shirts, and then they have like, and so when they're doing that, and it's like they'll do that in like inserts between chapters and stuff for like their art, and like that's gross. That's gross. It's wrong. And I'm sorry, but that's the real, like that's your author. That's the guy making the story. That's what he wants it to be. So yeah, for me, it's just not right. It's not right. That's a shame too, because I think it has some really good, neat ideas. And same way I feel about Mushoku Tensei. It's the same thing. Sometimes it's just shock value for the sake of shock value gets attention. I agree. I just don't. I'd rather have story. Hi, Botan. Nice to see ya. All right, 4 more, ladies and gentlemen. Overlord. Overlord is meh. It's fine. Animation's really rough, but it's fine. Death Note. Death Note's pretty amazing. Excuse me. Yeah, ages well. I know that the last 20 episodes aren't very good, but yeah, it's still really good. Great stuff, and just 100% meh. Hey, fuck you. Oh, are you talking about? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Death Note. I'm like, what the fuck, Redis? You kidding me? Really? I like the dark fantasy aspect of Overlord. Oh, Armin. No, I think it's actually kind of generic with its dark fantasy, to be honest. I had multiple friends read the light novels for Overlord, and they were big fans. I watched season 1, and it was decent. Season 2 starts with the most unrelated lizard people. Nice. Season 1 Death Note is a masterpiece. Everything goes downhill. That's kind of why I'm putting it in amazing, to be honest, because the first bit of Death Note is phenomenal. All right. Kami got kill. Bad. What happened? It started so hot, too. Like, I was super into a Kami got kill, but it just... I've never seen an anime just go so downhill so fast. I still don't know why it's so popular. The manga's pretty phenomenal. But man, like, what happened? That first episode hit you like, just, ooh, just good stuff, and then it just decided not to. And then finally, Violet Evergarden, which I believe is a masterpiece. I do think that it can be a bit slow for some people. I know people are always like kind of wanting constant stuff in their face, but man, I can't really think of a more, like, there's just a few that are just perfect, right? Most of these, like, even in Masterpiece, there's some things I can find wrong with them. Mob Psycho and Violet Evergarden are like the closest things to perfect that I can think of. And Violet Evergarden is just so gentle with the way it does its story beats. And when it hits, it doesn't feel like it's being melodramatic. It just... And honestly, a lot of it has to do with probably the best orchestral score in all of anime. I mean, Evan Call really just kind of made himself a name. And now he's doing Free Ren, and he's doing a phenomenal job. But, man, Evergarden just... And then you got movie quality. I can't even say movie quality, because, I mean, half the shit it does looks better than Silent Voice. It's every episode, too. It's just crazy. Some of its water effects are stupid. Like, it looks like real water, and it's like, oh, just phenomenal. So, yeah, I can't not put that in Masterpiece. I probably put it at the top, even though I think I'm gonna keep Clannad at the top, though. That's my favorite. But I'll put Violet Evergarden over here. Yeah, Evergarden was too slow for me. Dropped after episode 4 or 5. Oh no! What have you done? Oh no! What? Oh, it's like dropping Madoka for episode 2. Oh, what a bummer. I feel bad for you, Zero. Let's see. I hear so much about Violet Evergarden, I need to just watch it. Violet Evergarden's an easy watch. I wouldn't watch the movie. I think the movie does good stuff, but I think it actually kind of robs the ending a bit. I would just watch the series. Just watch the series, personally. It's phenomenal. And then you can watch the movie if you want, and then if you don't like the ending, just pretend that it didn't happen. Not a fan of episodic stories, but I love KyoAni and Ishikawa. He was one of my favorite VAs. Yes. See, but like the way it does it though is there's still character development between each one of those is what I think it makes it great. To where she kind of learns to be human, and you see these experiences where she just slowly learns to be human over all of them, because she never really could be. She was a child soldier. That's why I think it's just so beautiful. All right, well, that's my list. Here we go. Yeah, we got this Masterpiece, Clannad, Violet Evergarden, Hunter x Hunter, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Re:Zero, Spirited Away, Mob Psycho, and Your Name. Amazing. Silent Voice, Death Parade, Haikyuu, Death Note, Fate Zero, Code Geass, Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, Angel Beats, Madoka Magica, Toradora, Psychopaths, and Your Lie in April. Great. Parasite, Assassination Classroom. I almost said a comic got killed. Kill la Kill, Steins Gate, Fate Z. Cowboy Bebop, High School of the Dead, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Gurren Lagann, Kuranoka's Basketball, Clannad, Terran Resonance, Black Lagoon, Snafus, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Magi, Pet Sakura Hall. Can. Too tired to read all these. And then the rest don't matter. You see the rest. Well, no, we'll go to bad. Bad is Elfen Lied, Kami Got Kill, Familiar Zero, and 7 Deadly Sins. Cowboy Samurai. Oh, man. Whew. Whichever was the father episode. Episode 6, I believe. Or it was 7. Was it 7? Might have been 7. But that's one of my favorite episodes ever. Dude, just brilliant. I would almost show you one of the scenes, but I don't want to get caught by copyright because it's just so good. Oh, so good. I don't want to spoil it for people. I'm up to date on One Piece, and you didn't watch Violet Evergarden? What the fuck? You watched 1,100 episodes, and you couldn't make it through 5. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Anime fans these days, I tell ya. Just, man, freaking anime fans, I tell ya. I don't get it. I got a lot of water bottles in the studio. Holy shit. I don't get it. I just got here. How are you? I'm good, Jeevan. Nice to see you. We're about to pop off. Oh, bro, the Kami Got Kill slander. You like a Kami Got Kill? Oh, no. No. I mean, the manga's good. Well, I can't wait for whenever you watch Gintama in the future. We'll see. If you skip the 10-minute recap, it's like only... Yeah, good point. Have you watched any of the other movies from the Your Name production studio? Yes. I've watched them all. Every single one of them. Including Fireworks, and I can't remember the other one. The ones that aren't Shinkai. But yes, I watched them all. And personally, Weathering with You is my favorite. Which not a lot of people agree with me. But Weathering with You is my favorite. Please stream more often. This has been super fun. Sure, Armin. I said it was a hot take, but I will watch 2 more episodes just for you. Just at least watch till the Playwright episode. See if the Playwright episode gets you at all. If not, it's not for you. Which is totally fine. I get why it's not for some people. It's all good. Alright, guys. I'm turning it off. I am going to bed. I'm so tired, and I got to get up early in the morning to film, so... Good lord. Alright, guys. That was fun. Glad we could take the time to just kind of fuck around and chill out. Need to get my mind off shit, and that was fun. So, have a good night, guys.